all of you to the mid-morning japa session. I thank each one of you for attending today's session. It is time for us to start the next part of our session, which is class on Caitanya Bhagavata. But before we move on, may I know who all have joined today's call so that we can greet and welcome all of you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from Texas College Station.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for all your services. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Adji Chinmay Mataji, Danvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Dinda.
What?
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble
Who's complaining?
obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for your beautiful chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for your beautiful chanting. And once again, thank you for the beautiful recitation of the 15th chapter.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, this is Sudevi.
Hare Krishna, Sudevi, dear. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is and welcome to the call. Thank you so much for your beautiful chanting every day, dear. Hare Krishna. Anybody else would like to introduce themselves, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Chinmay Brijapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for all your association and all your services, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Bala Vrinda. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Bala Vrinda. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, dear. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for all your services. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Shall I start recording while you read the verse for today?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let me read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, which is, in this age, it is more important to create devotees than to construct temples. This was said by His Divine Grace at Hawaii on August 7th, 1969. Hare Krishna, Radha, Pramod, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining today's call and giving your valuable time and to enlighten us on this most beautiful topic of Caitanya Bhagavat. Today, Prabhuji will be talking on Madhya khanda Caitanya Bhagavat, 2nd chapter, texts 179 to 186. So eagerly waiting to hear from you, Prabhu. Your realizations are so useful to us. So please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. And thank you for giving this opportunity for the service. I will try to just share the screen where we have this verse from Caitanya Bhagavat. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we are just we are verse 170 now. Yeah. Give me a second, I'll just switch on my video. So this is a very nice section of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Here there is some problem. We'll read this text. We'll read all the text, and in the end we'll discuss all of them. 179 to 186. नीरनाटशाला नामेक ग्रामा गाया हैते आसिते देखिनो सेई स्थाना. While returning from Gaya, I came to a village named Kanainatshala. The place known as Kanainatshala is known by local people as Kanahariya Sthane. This place is situated 2 miles north to the Talajadi railway station on the Haura, Katwa, Azimganj, Baharwad loop line of the Eastern Railway. One can go there by highway via Mangalhati village. Kanai Natshala is surrounded on all sides by dense forest. Srimati Radhika and Kanaya Lal Ji, along with many Salagram Shilas, are being worshipped in a temple at the top of a small hill there since time immemorial. It is said that adjacent to this temple there is a stone slab marked with the lotus footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are all worshipped now by a renowned pujari. Between the footprints and the temple, dedicated to the lotus feet of Gaura has been built by the enthusiastic servant of Srila Chaitanya Math of Sridham Mayapur in the year 443 Gorabda, that is 1929. The Ganges and the nearest habitations are both 1 mile from this place. And Kamala Shamala Ekabalaka Sundara Nava Kunja Sahita Kuntala Manohara. Now this is Lord Chaitanya speaking. I saw a beautiful boy, blackish like a tamal tree. His enchanting curly hair was decorated with fresh kunja. Vichitra Maura Pucha Sabe Tada Upari Jalamala Manigana Lakitena Pari. His head was decorated with a colorful peacock feather, and the jewels on his body were so bright that I could not see him properly. Ate te mohana vamshi paramasundara charane nupura shobhe ati manohara. He held an enchanting flute in his hand, and his lotus feet are adorned with attractive ankles. Neela stamba jini bhuje ratna lankara Srivatsa Kaustuba Vatse Shobhi Manihara. His arms are decorated with jeweled ornaments and defeated by the beauty of blue columns. His chest was adorned with mark of Srivatsa, the Kaustava gem, and the jeweled necklaces. Ekahive se pitada tira paridhana makara kundala shubhi kamalanayana. How can I describe the manner in which he wore yellow garments? His sharp-shaped earrings increase the beauty of his lotus eyes. Amara samipe aila hasite hasite Amiyalingiya pali palaila onam pite. He smiled as he approached me, and after embracing me, he ran away. Irupe kahena kata Sri Gaura Sundara Dana Kripa Vinanta Ibujite Para. Who can understand the mood in which Gaurasundara spoke except one who is favored by him? No one is capable of understanding the mood, the state of mind, or the purpose for which the Lord speaks such uncommon words. Those who falsely claim to have achieved love of God and artificially try to imitate Gaurasundara's love of God are swiftly rushing towards hell without impediment. When the Prakrita Sahajiyas endeavor to ruin themselves both by accumulating gold, women, and fame for the evil purpose of deceiving themselves and others by giving up the service of Hari, without understanding the characteristics of Gaura, who is personification of transcendental Viplaramba. In other words, when they accept the abominable feat of the Anyavilashis, Karmis, and Gyanis, who are devoid of devotional service to Krishna and who are engaged in material sense gratification as the lotus feet of spiritual master, then it is to be understood that they have not received any mercy of Sri Gaurasundara. Rather, they imitate grave inauspiciousness as a result of their own offenses in trying to enjoy Gaura. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Vena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupapadamyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sankana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Krishna Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. This is a very nice section of Chaitanya Bhagavat. So here we are seeing that how Lord Chaitanya is talking that how he saw Krishna embraced him and ran away. And when now the Thakur is telling, who can understand the mood of Gaurasundara except one who is favored by him? And we have very nice purport also, it is explained. So I wanted to elaborate on this purport because others, the beauty of Krishna is also described. But this is a very important explanation. Now, here one important point that is mentioned is who can understand the mood except one who is favored by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is our point of discussion. Like we have the shloka about Rupa Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadamyam dadati swagadantikam. And this is there are two pranam mantras for Rupa Goswami. And Priya Swarupe, Daita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Sahaja Virupe, Nijarupa Rupe, Prabhu Eka Rupe, Tanu Rupa, Tatana Rupe, Shiva Vilasa Rupe. This is about this mantra written by Narottam Das Thakur explains that about Chaitanya Rupa Goswami. Because Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, who has understood the mind of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the most important thing. And who has understood the mood and heart and mind, state of mind, what's what. No one is capable of understanding the mood, the state, or the purpose for which Lord speaks such uncommon words. Now, one person understood it, said that Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Stapitam Yena Bhutale, who has approved this desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is said, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Supadantikam. That means when he will give me shelter at his lotus feet, Rupa Goswami, they are praying to him. Because he has opened to the world Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's secret desire. That's why Rupa Goswami is so special of all the acharyas we have. Why are we Rupa Goswamis? Because Rupa Goswami, this mood of Lord Chaitanya which is explained here, this is revealed to us by whom? By Rupa Goswami. That's why. And made it accessible and gave all the people access to realize this desire, this understanding. And this is very important. It is said that Rupa means beauty. Rupa is also means the name of Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami. It is said that Kavikarna Purna says, actually, Priya Swarupa is one who is very dear to Swarup Damodar Goswami. Rupa Goswami is very dear to Swarup. And because Swarup Damodar Goswami, he knows the secret of Lord Chaitanya. Only two people. One is Swarup Damodar Goswami. He is, because he is the incarnation, he is like almost everything what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows, Swarup Damodar Goswami knows it. That is the speciality. And Kavikarna Purna says that Chaitanya, in Chaitanya Chandravada Natika, he says that two people, Rupa and Sanatan, were favored by Lord Chaitanya. When the devotees heard the news about them, how they lived in Vrindavan, how they did incredible austerities, and how they were writing books, all the devotees were so amazed. They all understood. This is the manifestation of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Daita Swarupa is a personification of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like that it is said. And why it is so important to understand this, I'll explain. Why Rupa Goswami is such an important personality, why such a what is this mood and all, we will try to discuss. It is that he's also Prema Swarupa, means his personification of love, Rupa Goswami. Why I am telling? Because he is the person who knows the heart of Lord Chaitanya. And now, when we come to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meet first time, so Lord Chaitanya meets Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, that time they are the Vedkas and Sakar Malik, who became later on Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami. They meet at Ramkir. And it is said that after that, Rupa Goswami, when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Prayag, that is in Prayagraj, they had 10 days discussion at the Shashwamedh Ghat. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Rupa Goswami. And then he concludes, he explains how people practicing in Krishna conscious movement can nicely, the teachings of Rupa Goswami, that is very, very important. Now, the first important thing is, what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Now, everybody, they feel that everybody has spiritual experiences. Now, here we are seeing Lord Chaitanya is showing some experiences. He is saying, I am seeing Krishna, I am meeting Krishna, Krishna is embracing me and is running away. This is the experience of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if you go to any other religious sects also, any other religious groups and all, they also have so many experiences, spiritual experiences. And some may be true, some may be false also. And how can we distinguish false from true? That also we should know. Here we are seeing some experiences of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is approved by Goswamis. And now there are thousands of different, everybody claim. What is the spiritual experiences? No? One important thing is, all these spiritual experiences, they give enthusiasm. Whether I am getting spiritual experience or not, the proof is there is certain kind of enthusiasm that comes. And that is the proof, characteristics, enthusiasm, and there is certain feeling that experiences, some kind of understanding, some kind of realizations. And one thing is, they're all very unsystematic. That is the problem. And it is impossible to understand which is good, which is bad. But for us, we need to know very scientifically what is the spiritual emotions. And that is what is here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showing, what is the highest way and how scientifically we can understand the spiritual emotions. And that is explained by Rupa Goswami. So now what experience Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is getting here, it's a very, very scientific spiritual experience. Now we may say, Arey, you people, everybody will say they are the best. And but we don't say we are the best, that's why we are best. That is our logic. Every organization says we are the only way to go to Lord, no other way. And all other people will go to hell. We'll not say like that. Because now, how to prove that no, we are the best and ours is the, that is what is Rupa Goswami's job. He did such a fantastic job in proving that this is a very scientific way to experience the spiritual emotions. And what we are seeing here, Lord Chaitanya is having spiritual experience, is a very, very scientific way. That's what he did. And first thing is, he understood the emotions. That is the most difficult thing. I will tell why. Now, when he explained the spiritual and religious experiences and which experience is truly spiritual and which is just a fake, some sentimental sensation or some emotional on a mental level, an emotional feeling. So how to distinguish a real spiritual emotions from some sentimental material emotions? This is now whether Lord Chaitanya, when he is experiencing, and many people experience, like no, I get many people telling, Prabhuji, Krishna comes in my dream. One Mata says, Prabhuji, I talk with Krishna every day. When I go for swimming, Krishna comes and stands besides me. And I go for swimming. Krishna don't have any work or he comes for your swimming. Anyway, now how to understand whether it is a material, it's at the level of material, emotion or spiritual. And when a person, this is what Rupa Goswami made it clear. And now what a person should do in order to gain a genuine spiritual emotion, that is also is explained by Rupa Goswami. And we should act so that this spiritual development is real, and this leads to constant deepening of our spiritual experience. These are all nicely explained by Rupa Goswami. Now here Chaitanya is experiencing some spiritual emotions, very scientific like that. Now this is a very new philosophy, because we chant Nava Gaura Varam, Nava Pushpa Saram, Nava Hema Varam. We say everything is new. Our philosophy is in that way, because this is a new philosophy that that is not given very after so long. That's why that, because it does not generalizes. Now Rupa Goswami did not invent anything, because he just gave the glimpse of that emotion which are existing in the spiritual world. He gave darshana. Darshana means giving a vision, and with the help of this darshana, we can see certain some chaotic picture in the form of some kind of a system and understand it in a better way. Now you are seeing very chaotic, and then you give a vision. No, you have to see in this way. Now there will be some modern paintings. Nobody will understand that, but there will be somebody who will explain. This is what is this, and I say, yes, such a great imagination, such a great intelligence. So here also, when we go through what Lord Chaitanya is having, somebody need to explain what it is. Otherwise, it is not possible. Therefore, this Prabhupada, that he has established this Krishna consciousness movement, and he has helped us how to practically practice. He has given this darshan. Otherwise, people will fall prey to so many traps. Here, Vrindavan, if we go, there are so many, so much advancement you can make, but so much deviation also is there here. So the philosophy we need to frame for proper spiritual experiences. That is very important. And here, and a philosophy explaining of spiritual experiences, and that personification was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now this concept of bhakti, which is Rupa Goswami explains. Now what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing, Rupa Goswami is explaining everything. He knows his heart and is explaining. He is explaining the concept of bhakti, Rupa Goswami. Now in Upanishads, the original Vedas, Puranas, there is Narada Bhakti Sutra, there is Shandilya Bhakti Sutra, and there are different descriptions of bhakti. Ramanujacharya gave, Madhvacharya gave, Nimbarka Swami, Vishnu Swami. Everybody explained bhakti. But Rupa Goswami, he gives a unique definition. And none of them explained bhakti in the form what Rupa Goswami explained. He explained bhakti as a rasa. And this is the first time in Gaudiya Vaishnava Darshana. Bhakti is described as, now we can see what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Now, even Bhagavatam is also telling, because if you say third verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, this is also says that Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Sukamugad Amrita Dravya Samhitam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. This is also, which is Bhagavatam says. And in Taittiriya Upanishad, Raso Vai Saha Rasam Hi Evayam Labdva Nandim Bhavati. The person who experiences this rasa is filled with ananda. That is what is true. Now we will come to some more things. Now this is what is Rupa Goswami, and this is what Narottam Das Thakur is glorifying. Little technical, but some simple way I'll try to explain. Now the whole of Bengal, they did not accept this explanation of Rupa Goswami. That is why they all got deviated. Then again, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has to come and establish. He said all balls, Sikhi Bhakti, and Gauranganagari, and Jati Gosai, and Nityananda, so many Apasampradayas came because they didn't understand what Rupa Goswami is telling. And this is very important, because it is very, the experience what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going on is very difficult. It's actually completely different, and it is not in Vedic. It is not in Vedic culture also such type of things. Vedic culture is a culture, a sense of more peace. Vedic culture mostly teaches about Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti only. Now, if you Vedic religions are spiritual culture, they tell a person to come to a state of peace, balance, equilibrium, take sannyas, meditate. But here, something different happened when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he, nobody could understand what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is manifesting. Even Sachimata could not understand. When Lord Chaitanya first time in manifest this, we are seeing in Chaitanya Bhagavata also. She was completely confused. She thought his son is crying and is laughing, is talking and is suddenly shouting, and he's saying, "I'll break. Tears are coming from all over his body," and suddenly he's jumping on a tree and all these things and sitting there. And Sachimata and is closing eyes and falling unconscious. Sachimata, and no, she's poor lady. She goes and tells to her neighbors, "I don't know what happened to my son. Something strange is happening to him." And then he's jumping onto a tree and is sitting and crying and all these things. And they say, "So very, very bad." He says, he must be having some problem with the air. You should make him drink coconut water. Don't give him any food, only coconut water. And they say that there is Unmada Vayu. Some other Vayu has affected him. He is upset. He lost his mind. You make him drink coconut. Long time you drink and he will come out. And some says, "What coconut? Array, tie his hands and legs, otherwise he'll become more mad." And somebody says, "Array, you should apply him Shaila Grita." You smear on his head and all these vibes. So now so many people suggested to do something. And this is what Vrindavan Das Thakur is meaning. That no, people could not understand only. Not only atheistic people, his neighbors, and nobody understood. Maybe Sachimata also thought, maybe really my son became mad. Why is behaving like this? And because in the scriptures there is hint is given of manifestation of bhakti. They do not say anything openly. And Krishna is described in Bhagavad Gita also. Adveshta sarvabhutana maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukka sutakshimi. And these are the descriptions about bhakti, how a person in bhakti behaves. Adveshta sarvabhutana means one who does not envy only. And Maitra is friendly with all. Samadukka sukakshami is forgiving. Now these are there in Bhagavad Gita. And Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayanta Simamitam Tushyanti Charamante. He says that he is afraid to show off his bhakti. These are too many in Bhagavad Gita especially. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is the difference between Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though both are same, but Krishna is hiding it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not hiding. He is exhibiting bhakti like Krishna is telling about bhakti. This is what is bhakti, but he is little bit here and there he is saying. But what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing so frankly is a very difficult that is now even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bhakti also could not be understood. It is bhakti. That is the speciality of Rupa Goswami. He told what type of bhakti Lord Chaitanya is doing. So this is the what I wanted to explain. Why Rupa Goswami is so special. First is what is so special about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then speciality about Rupa Goswami. Now we'll not be able to understand all these things by what is according to, if you read Vedic scriptures, Vedic culture, because If you see Vedic culture, everything is hidden in Vedas. So the culture is it is very hiding. You cannot expose everything. You just have to be very cool, calm, and like that. And that's why many people had problem and devotees went and chanting outside. If you see that, then that is what is actually happening. That they are very much. They complained about Lord Chaitanya. They are chanting the name of Lord loudly outside, and they complained to Kazi and all. But here, this is what was Vedic culture. Now, Rupa Goswami, he understood the mood of Lord Chaitanya, and to understand the mind of ordinary people only so difficult. What to speak of Lord's mind, which is unlimited. Our mind is so small, for a mother to understand the child's mind only becomes difficult sometimes. Even an ordinary person, and he to penetrate into their mind, and that is very difficult. That's why so many clashes happen in human society because of misunderstandings. You say, bro, misunderstanding. Every day misunderstanding. Wife, children, mother, father, wife, husband, in-laws, this, that. Misunderstanding because they don't understand what the person has in his mind. That is the rule. All the time we attribute to him something and we interpret it, and this is actually what happens. And this is the problem. And here we see that one minute. Some misunderstandings in this world is like that only. We don't understand what person has in his mind, and then we interpret his actions, his words in a certain way, and we don't understand what is going on in his mind. Now, for an ordinary person only, it is so difficult because the mind does not work like a machine. It works with emotions. That's why it becomes very difficult. For the most part of automation that works in the reflexive manner, but when it comes to psychology, very difficult to understand. And of course, people have some missions to understand it, but it's very difficult. Now, to understand Krishna's mind, who is Supreme Lord, Parabrahma, the absolute truth's mind, and this is a very difficult part. And Krishna is telling, Yamyam vapi smaram bhavam tijantante kalevam tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. This means what? Our body is manifestation of our bhava. Now I have this body, no? This is manifestation of my bhava from the past life. Now what will be my next life is the bhava. That means my mind is the manifestation of my consciousness. That is actually my body is the manifestation of the consciousness I have in the next body or previous body. Now this is a psychological state of mind, and if you want to understand another person, we should understand his bhava. We understand his tada bhava bhavita na yam yam bhavisaram. So if you want to understand the bhava, the emotions, mood, deep impulses, and Rupa Goswami could understand the bhava of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hope you are all with me till now, and some very few things you will understand. I will end very soon with few more points. Even though it is little technical. Okay, we have questions. Can I take questions now?
Prabhuji, so Prabhuji, just last one you said, no? Can you just elaborate on that? I couldn't understand. Understanding the other person with the bhava, you were saying, right?
Okay, I'll explain. Now, what I was telling is, see, what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Yam Yam Vapi Smaram Bhavam Tejantante Kalevam tam tam eveti kaunti sada tad bhav bhavita. Oh, we are actually now what was my bhava last life? This is my body. What is my bhava? That will be next. That means to understand a person, this the manifestation of body is what? Manifestation of my bhava. The body is the that is the mood. Now to understand a person means to understand his bhava, that mood. That is what is explained. That is a psychological state of mind. Ultimately, if you want to understand a person means you have to understand his bhava, his emotions, his mood, his deep impulses. And Rupa Goswami could understand about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is, if a man to understand ordinary person is only difficult, how difficult it is to understand that to Supreme Lord. And this is how it happened. Like the nice story which we know. Now, in ordinary psychology, we can even to some extent explain a person's desires. And they can penetrate into the desires, understand the person's mind, how it works. And then the mind of a great yogi is almost impossible to understand. And it is said that if we can understand persons, especially some persons who has controlled his senses, now you cannot understand his mind only. A great yogi's mind cannot be understood. If you understand person mind means you can understand how he is going to act. And now in Bhaktirasam, in this story about this, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Rupa Goswami Dasashwamedh Ghat, and that very most important thing happened is, at that moment, the bhava, certain emotions passed from the heart of Lord Chaitanya, entered into Rupa Goswami. And later on, when Rupa Goswami came to Puri, in Puri, everybody was watching. There is nice Rath Yatra is happening. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly chants instead of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he chants one worldly song from Kavya Prakash. And he says, and everybody was surprised. Hare Kavya Prakash, this is Mamata Bhatta, is written by him. He says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, oh, like a woman, he is talking this. And he says that, oh, we already know everything for this meaning is something about, oh, you are the same person, you are the same moonlit nights, and we are the same youth, and this is the I want to meet you again, and such poem is there. Now he says that the smell of malatis and the scent of kadamba trees. Now this is what singing, and everybody is surprised. Now for us it is not surprise only. We all know what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing. He is singing about gopis meeting Krishna, right? But that time now nobody knows. This is very important point I want to tell. Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, so many devotees from Navadvip. Everybody was understanding that he is in great love with Krishna and he is experiencing some ecstasy. That much everybody knows. But the inner mood, that is what is that? Radharani's mood Krishna is experiencing, that nobody knows. Only one person knows, that is Swarup Damodar Goswami. That is what is very important to understand. After that is revealed, now we all know. It is very simple. That we know this is the first few months only we understand. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani, and he did not. This is very simple thing for all of us. But that time it is not like that. Nobody could understand why he is singing. And Rupa Goswami immediately understood, and he wrote a parallel verse and he kept in the attached. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day after taking darshan of Jagannath, he goes to Seabath, and then he comes to Haridas Thakur's house, Kutia, Siddha Bakul. And that time Rupa Goswami was also staying with him. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees some nice palm leaf stuck in the and nicely written. He opens and sees, and he sees that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same shloka, but it is written. This is the mirror image of the verse. He writes, but it in a different way. He is right on behalf of Srimati Radharani in Kurukshetra. He says, oh, I am the same, but no, I want to meet you and all these things. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reads this, he says, the words are so like pearls. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu faints. And when Rupa Goswami comes, he gives him a slap. And he says, and he says, where from? How could you steal it? I kept it hidden inside my heart. And how could you steal the most precious thing? And now, not only that, you made it public. And he hugged Rupa Goswami. And he goes to Sarvadhamma Goswami and says, how could he understand what is in my heart? I kept it so secretly that I am experiencing the bhava of Radharani. How could he know it? None of them know. None of them from Navdeep, none of them know. Rupa Goswami made it public. Only you know the secret and I know. No one knows it. But he is displaying publicly attached to the roof. And Sarvadhamma Goswami says, yes, I don't know how he found it, but it seems that you yourself must have told. You yourself helped him to understand through the heart. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes. When I met him at Allahabad in Prayag, that time I saw his sincere, I revealed it. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Sarvadhamma Goswami to instruct him further. And then he explains. So this understanding of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the bhava of Radharani is known to Sarvadhamma, but nobody else. And Rupa Goswami revealed to it. And then he explained what is bhakti, and he explains it in the form of bhav. And of course there are many things that is said. Now this is the point of discussion, how Rupa Goswami is so special, and that's what no one is capable to understand the mood and state or the purpose for which the Lord speaks such uncommon words, because he is in the mood of Radha. Those who falsely claim to achieve love of God and artificially try to imitate Lord Gunsanda's love are swiftly rushing towards hells without impediment. And this is actually, that is why Lord Chaitanya's incarnation, it is very, very kept in such a way, because unnecessarily people imitate. To imitate other incarnations is a little difficult. You want to imitate Narsingadev, you cannot say I am incarnation of Narsingadev. I cannot say I am incarnation of Rama. Many people say I am Rama incarnation, Krishna incarnations. But people want them to prove also some miracles. But to imitate Lord Chaitanya as a Supreme Lord, not so difficult. You just have to cry and fall on the floor and you say, I am also Lord Chaitanya only, I am also Krishna. And that's why here Bhaktisiddhanta is telling that those who falsely claim to achieve love of God, artificially imitating, they are just going to hell. When the Prakritis has endeavored to ruin themselves, both by accumulating gold and women and fame for the evil purpose of deceiving themselves and others by giving up the service of Hari without understanding characters of Gaura, who is personification of transcendental Vipralambha. See, this is. And Rupa Goswami, that's why he made it so clear. Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Dhanamritam Anukulyena Krishna Nasilam Bhakti Uttama. He very, very clearly explained what is Uttama Bhakti, and then he explains Bhakti in terms of rasa. This is the speciality of Rupa Goswami, because he is favored by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, for us also to understand, we also need the favor of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we can understand what this bhakti is, which is devoid of karma, jnana, and which is free from anya vilashitas. Otherwise, if some people go for such things who are devoid of devotional service to Krishna and who are engaged in material sense gratification at the lotus feet of the spiritual, then it is to be understood they have not received mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have to go through Rupa Goswami. And this is what Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Rupam Swarupam Tasyakrat. Without mercy of Swarup Damodar Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, We can never understand. This type of bhakti is not possible only. People may go to Vaikunta. People may end up in Aishwarya Goloka, where they worship Radha and Krishna and Aishwarya. The mood of what the gopis are experiencing, the mood of Madhurya, which is there in Goloka, in Krishna, that is only possible by mercy of Rupa Goswami. We have to go through. That's what. Without that mercy, not possible. Otherwise, if somebody is trying to imitate it, they invite grave inauspiciousness as a result of their own offenses trying to enjoy Gaura. This is what is the warning that is given. So this is how we try to understand. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is able to experience this highest form with the highest form of rasa, but somebody need to explain it, right? And that job is taken by Rupa Goswami and Sarup Damodar Goswami. So they are teaching, because Sarup Damodar Goswami, he trains whom? Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami comes to Vrindavan and he explains the same thing to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who writes Chaitanya Charitamrita. Through the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand the meaning, bhav, and everything of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu more clearly, because he is explaining in terms of pastimes and philosophy. And Rupa Goswami is also helped by Sarup Damodar Goswami. He explains in terms of Rasa and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the book and other things. In that way, by mercy of Sarup Damodar Goswami and Rupa Goswami, we are understanding what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood is, trying to get the highest understanding. Many people in Vrindavan and all, they also have some bhav, they also express, they also speak about Radha and other things, but they miss something. What is they miss is, they cannot understand exactly what is the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Krishna himself. That is possible only through Rupa Goswami and Sarup Damodar Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. So that is the point. Who can understand the mood in which Gaurasundara speaks? The mood of Gaurasundara is very important for all of us. That is the mood for which Lord came to give us. And he wants us to develop that mood. If we are not following them, there is no possibility. And then what is the point? Lord Chaitanya's purpose is that he wants to make us develop that. And here, this is what is the position, how Krishna looks and all. We have heard the description of beautiful form of Krishna many times. So these are some of the, so I just summarize what we discussed so that we'll be able to remember something. Today's discussion, even though it is a little technical, just please pay few more minutes attention. I'll just revise what we discussed so that it will stick to our system. Revision helps. So we discussed about Rupa Goswami because he understood the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then we were discussing how that Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meets Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And then we discussed how the bhakti is explained by different acharyas and different shastras. But Rupa Goswami's explanation of bhakti is through form of rasa. That is the specialty. Because in Vedic culture, nothing is public. It's all shanti, shanti. But when you come here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing, singing, and everything is so much emotions. You say, what is this? A realized person is cool, calm, never exhibit emotions. And here we see full emotions to great extremes. Lord Chaitanya is full of emotions in extremes. And you say, what is this? You should be Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. You are realized means, the proof of realization means that what is they give is, if the pot is filled with water, it won't make noise. But if it is empty or half filled, tongue, it makes noise. That means if you have real knowledge, you will be very grave. But here we see Lord Chaitanya is full of emotion. What is this? That is why it cannot be understood. And Rupa Goswami explains what is. That's why he is giving a darshana, he is giving the vision for us to see this is the highest form of bhakti. And even Lord Chaitanya's bhakti could not be understood. We saw Bhagavatam is also talking about Rasa, Pipata Bhagavatam, Rasmalayam, like that. And then Chaitanya Rupa Goswami is glorified as what? Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. He is the person who understood it. Because even Sachi Mata could not understand. None of the people, they understood what exactly is happening. They understood maybe he's mad with Krishna Prem, but the mood is not understood. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he instructed Rupa Goswami at Prayagraj, and when he was singing this song from Kavya Prakash, none of them could understand except for Rupa Goswami, who wrote a mirror shloka for it. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw, he was completely pleased with it. This is what is some explanations. Yes. Thank you all very much. Some things I wanted to share in this one part. And this can be explained in many ways, so I thought of explaining it. Any questions, comments? Any of you? Oh, this.
Hare
Do you
Krishna.
understand?
Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. What a beautiful, beautiful class, Prabhuji. And so nicely you took it from what Vedas talk to what Mahaprabhu's emotions are, and then who is explaining those emotions to us, Srila Rupa Goswami. So yes, Prabhu was a very beautiful class, and I could relate to it because even I come from a typical South Indian caste Brahmin family. So it was, yes, very difficult for me to accept this culture of dancing in front of the Lord and all that. So yes, Prabhu, it was a big experience. And thank you so much for making me realize those points. And a very beautiful class, Prabhu. And I was also thinking, so grateful to, we should be so grateful to Srila Prabhupada for conveying all this beautiful mood in which Srila Rupa Goswami has written those things, and he is in simple English language, he's given it to us so that we can understand what Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mood is. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wonderful class. And Hare Krishna devotees, if there are any questions or realizations, please go ahead.
We all can exhibit our emotions.
Sukhakara Krishna Das Prabhuji has a question. Yes, Prabhuji?
Oh, thank you, Madhya. Is my voice audible?
Yes, Prabhu. It's a little low, but audible, Prabhu.
Did Rupa Goswami came to know about the mood of Chaitanya because he was a Manjari, that's the reason that he was a Manjari.
Bro, we are not able to hear you.
I'll just put my. Just a minute, Prabhu.
Yes.
Audible now?
Yes, bro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Actually, I was
Yes,
hearing
bro.
your lecture, but I was outside. But this Rupa Goswami could know because he was a Manjari, and all the Manjaris, they know the Radharani's bhav, and like that they understood, or it's not that. They don't remember the last life.
It is not that they remember last life, bro. They completely in that when they come, they act as what they are. They are like Rupa Goswami only, and as Rupa Manjari is Rupa Manjari only. It's not that something superimposes. They just come and play. That play means they are just into it only.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
they may have that bhav and that mood of Rupa Manjari, but they are here. They are not playing roles. They are living that. That is very important to understand. Like when we say Kunti Maharani is praying, and no Gopya Dadetvai Kritaka Siddhama Tava Gyate Dashashur Kalilanjana Samramaksham Bhaktram Niya Bhavanaya Sudasya Saman Vimoheti Bhirapyat Vibeti. She says, Arey, fear personified is afraid of you and you are afraid of Mother Yashoda. How is it possible? That means Krishna is not acting as if fearful. He is really fearful. Similarly, when the pure devotees, they're like Rupa Goswami is coming, he is in that mood. He's not something else and is coming just to act and all. It's not like that. They are completely into that role. No, they don't know that they are Rupa Manjari. They may know sometime when they are in trance, but otherwise they think, okay, we are here serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are not in that role. Okay, I have to come and act like Rupa Goswami. They don't act. They are Rupa Goswami only.
So with the blessing of Mahaprabhu only, he could understand the mood of Radha.
Yeah, it's like that. Yes.
Mahaprabhu wanted him to tell. He enjoyed him telling. Okay, Babu. Thank you, Babu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. I was outside, so I could not listen, but I will see your recording. I'll hear your recording now.
Yes. Thank you.
Your Bhagavatam also was very good. The last time you told about Moha, that the dualities you told so nicely. And you told about the Aishwarya and this one.
Bhoga and Aishwarya.
Bhoga Aishwarya. Yeah. So nice, Prabhu. I think you have done a doctorate, PhD in this.
Yeah, by being in this metal world for so long, millions of lifetimes, I am continually doing this only. Bhoga and Aishwarya.
No, you did it to make others understand, come out of this.
Prabhupada is saving us by some reason, for causeless mercy of Prabhupada. At least I am understanding that I am stuck up here.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Beautiful question and very, very beautiful answer. Sukham Mataji, please go
Thank you,
ahead.
Mataji.
Hey Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Prabhuji, I need help in understanding this thing. The translation says, who can understand the mood in which Gaurasundara speaks except for one who is favored by him? And then the purport says that those who maintain association with the non-devotees, they are devoid and they cannot understand the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So how does it work, Prabhu? So is it like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu favors people, or is it also our association which matters? How do we understand this, Prabhu?
Yeah, when we are in the association of devotees, then we receive the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. What happens is, we start serving devotees, we gain Sukriti, and then we receive the blessings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is through devotees only. Prabhupada took the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and distributed. And devotees take mercy of Lord Chaitanya and distribute. That's how it is. And we are understanding to some extent Lord Chaitanya's mood because of mercy of the Vaishnavas who are around us. That's whatever we are understanding, it's mercy of Vaishnavas, right? If what happens is, when we go with non-devotees, then all these three things comes. Anyabhilashas, karmis and jnanis. So we'll be filled with so many material desires, we'll be contaminated with karma, contaminated with jnana. Then we will not understand what is speciality. That's what is happening. Even in Vrindavan or even Bengal and all, many of them could not receive Lord Chaitanya because they didn't take the association of Rupa Goswami properly. That is the point. We need to be very, very chaste to Rupa Goswami, Saru Damodar Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. We need to be very chaste. Little bit here and there, so easy to get distracted and will not understand only what exactly the mood of Lord Chaitanya, will not receive the mercy. That's why we need to be very careful from whom we are hearing and what everything they are speaking means it should be from the teachings of our Acharyas only. That's all. We want that particular mood of Lord Chaitanya means we have to be very chaste in what books we are reading, from whom we are hearing. They should speak from these books only. That's all. No other books will never help us. It's all dangerous.
Sure, Prabhu. So
Please.
you're saying first it is association and then we get the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very beautiful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for the question, and thank you, Prabhuji. As usual, a beautiful answer. Are there any more questions or realizations? Prabhu, in chat, Lalitangi Mataji has thanked you for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
So if,
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for the very, very wonderful class. It was very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
yes, Prabhu, with your permission, can we end the class, and please allow us to pay our obeisances to you and all the Vaishnavas assembled. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the beautiful class. Very grateful to you as usual. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
everyone,
Krishna,
for joining today's
Prabhuji. Dandavat
class.
Pranam. Thank you.
We'll close the call for today.
Thank you, Jada.